So the next tools which we are gonna learn is the clone stamp tool and the eraser tools. Even though you will mostly be using the normal eraser one and only the clone stamp tool, I don't know what this does. Never used it, and I also don't use this at all. But I will show what they do. But I think you will also just not be using this tool at all. So how about we just get started? I'll drag an image. You can find this images in the description. You could see this image. I'll just rasterize it so that I can work on it. And in the clone stamp tool, if I hold left alt, you could see the icon changing. If I just tap, it can say that you have to just alt click first. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the hardness to 0. I'll keep it 100. I'll just show you why and what it does. So let's just left alt and I'll click here. Then you could see it is trying to duplicate wherever I alt click here. So if I click here, you could see it is trying to duplicate and it is adding. But now you could see the hardness was 100, so there's like specific edges which are pretty like visible. That's why we work with hardness 0 always in this one. And then you could move by just holding left mouse button, and you could see you're slowly adding that port again towards the left side. I'll just click here again, and then I can move it again towards here. And that way you could also like clone clone things. Or the way which I usually use it is not to clone, but usually it is just to remove stuff like that. So now there's no port in there. I don't have any other image for this to like show you guys. Let's try this one. I should have kept some images ready to show some different kind of things, but you could see I can just do this with clone stamp tool. Now just know that I don't usually do like this one. I don't just go and choose this color and completely go by holding left click, because even though this has constant color, it's better to do left click, tap somewhere, and then left click the closest color to match the gradients or whichever color you want, like this. So I'm just tapping close so that it looks more natural than just going like this and just going like this, trying to just make it fill up, and it looks weird. You see there's like this weird patch which shouldn't be there in gradient. That's why the way we do is we slowly just add it like this. One more thing which I think is pretty cool is the content aware tool, like you have seen. I'll just show it again. Where is it though? I don't use it much. It's in here. The content aware tool which we learned, and then if I just enter it, it will remove it and it will just move it there. This is content aware move tool. So it changes the position of that towards there and replaces the like empty space, trying to just figure out what it should fill there. So you could say it filled with like the ocean. But one thing which I do is, let's say to remove, I'll just use the lasso tool, or you could use the pen tool or anything selection tool. Just do this and press shift backspace. Now you could see if I press shift backspace, I select it to content aware tool. You could also like fill it with foreground and all, but this is what I usually use because we have the other shortcuts which I've shown previously for the foreground and background colors. But this is what I will be doing, and you could just check the normal 100% and stuff and press OK. It will remove it for you. Even with bigger images it should work, but depending on your image, it might be like how tough it would be depending on Photoshop's this AI technology. You can see it has removed and done it much more better than me going around doing the clone stamp tool. So usually what we do is we will do this content aware something like not the half of the, obviously we will do the half full car, but let's say if you do full car and still some space is left, that's where we go and use the like this, the clone stamp tool to actually remove it. This way we usually remove the people from this backgrounds and stuff. For example, you take a good photo of let's say Paris or something and there are too many people, we will slowly like select each of them like small people and press shift backspace. Quickly just shift backspace. Okay, shift after selection, shift backspace, content aware, and it will just remove it for you. So that's one cool feature of Photoshop. Next thing, after clone stamp tool, it is the eraser tool. For eraser tool, I think it might be obvious, but let me just show you. I don't even use eraser tool much. I would just like select this thing and then delete the stuff which I don't need instead of using the eraser tool. But sometimes you need to use it. And I've shown another method called mask, which is much better than using the eraser. But this is what it does. Just brush with like hardness 0. It gives smoother stuff like that, and completely like brush tutorial. If you watch brush tutorial, it's same as that. It is just a eraser tool. But next thing we will learn is the background eraser tool. So same as, you could just make it bigger or tall. You could check the tolerance and all. I don't use this tool. There are pretty good like videos on it, but I'll just show basics function what it does. So if I click the plus icon outside this flamingo and show, you could see it is called background eraser tool. So I'm showing that this is the background, and then you could see it is only erasing everything outside this flamingo, but it is not pretty well. That's the problem. It leaves this weird spaces. Always it leaves it, and I hate this tool, but many people like it. I don't know how to completely use it. That might be the problem. There's multiple options to do it, like finding the edges and stuff. And if you select the middle on this one, then it messes it up. You see, it cannot figure it out. That's why it's done like this. I don't know what these different tools do this stuff, but this is one tool which you can use if you want. But I would suggest going for the pen tool, much more easier, or just going into select subject and it does for you easily. It will do easily for you. I've messed this with background removal tool, so it is confusing. And then next one is the magic eraser tool. If you have checked the video of magic wand tool, it is same, but it just deletes the stuff. So let me just delete this image. And for magic wand tool, it's better to have pretty nice contrast between your like foreground and whichever your subject is. So I can just press it. I need to rasterize it. You could see it just figures out the same color and then removes it. You see, it's just magic wand tool, but with an eraser completely attached. I don't think you will ever use it though. So let's just do this, and then let me just do this, and then you could see it automatically selects the like best color. So it's better for flat images which doesn't have much dynamic colors between them. But just like that, I've shown that there's also magic wand tool. It selects it and then you could just delete it or just mask it. So that were the tools. Not much important tools kinda, but I would say you could use a reward like this, or like the final image for practice. That is to use images like this, rasterize it, and then moving, where is it, and then try to have something like this made with some ships around. You see, looks cool, right? You can simply add more ships in there, in that stuff ocean, whatever it is. Looks weird though. Too many ships. Yeah, that was all for this one. Next time we will learn gradient, blur tool, dodge tool, pen tool. Not pen tool, I think these three simple ones again. So no, not much like final image that we have.